All right, you're going to start math with a graded drill. So you're going to look in your speed drills at drill 115, lesson 159. And it's nice and simple today. It's actually finding those equations, solving for x or n, or solving for the letter. So you guys will do really well, I know for sure. Pause this, solve for those, and don't forget to post, and then come right back. Okay, you are back. So let's go over our divisibility rules, okay? How do we know that a number is divisible by 10? If it ends in a 0. What about 5? If it ends in a 5 or a 0. What about 3? Sum of the digits, add them up, and then divide it by 3. What about 4? There's 2 checks for 4. You either look at the last 2 digits and they're both 0, or the last 2 digits are divisible by 4. What about, how do we know if a number is divisible by 9? You add it up and sum of the digits and try to divide it evenly by 9. What about 2? If it ends in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, if it's an even number basically. Okay, tell me, what is this, what is this temperature? The 37 degrees. 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. 0 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 212 degrees Fahrenheit. 1,000. 100. 1/1000th or 0.001. 1/100th or 0.01. 1/10th or 0.1. 10. By now you guys shouldn't be missing these anymore, so if you are, I would take extra time to study those. Deca, kilo, it's crazy outside. Deci, centi, milli, hecto. Okay. Think about your Roman numerals. Which one is X? 10. L, 50. D, 500. M, 1,000. I, 1. V, 5. C, 100. All right. 1,000. C to M, it's just 10. 100, 100, 1,000, 10, and 10. Intersecting lines. I was going to say trapezius. Wrong subject. Trapezoid. Square. Okay, look, remember? This is like the little sun, and this is the sun's beam or ray. This is a line. Simple closed curve. Parallel lines. A polygon. An angle. A rhombus. This is a square on its side, a rhombus. Right angle, triangle, circle, perpendicular lines, rectangle, parallelogram, congruent lines, and a line segment. So, remember we talked about the distance around a shape, on the outside of a shape or around a polygon. This is finding the perimeter. This is the outside or the outside of a shape. Then we talk about the inside of a shape, the shape's guts. This is the area. And we said we can divide them into little units or square units. And you can count those and find how many square units. Well, we also talked about some of our formulas for perimeter if we're trying to find the outside of a shape. and let's say it's a triangle or an octagon, for those we would just add up all the sides. But if we had a square, we have a formula for the square, because a square has how many equal sides? 4, so it will be P equals 4 times S, or perimeter equals 4 times the side. Now for perimeter of a rectangle, we have 2 sides that are the same and 2 sides that are the same. So we would say P equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Now today we're going to learn a faster way of finding area. I had Titus here yesterday. He was helping me, and he was able to say, wait, there's a faster way than counting all of these. And I don't know if you've noticed that yesterday when you were counting all of 80 blocks or 64 blocks, that there's a faster way of doing this. And one of the ways that we can do this is we can take one side times one side, and we can get it. Or there's a formula, A, standing for area, equals length times width. Area is the inside of a shape, and A equals L times W. So all we have to do is easier than perimeter. All we do is write our formula, A equals L times W, and the side is, one side, the length is 4 feet and the width is 3 feet. Plug it in. A equals 4 times 3, and what is 4 times 3? A equals 12. Now, if you have a foot times a foot, it is a square foot, because you have these are all in square feet. Remember, we said it's 1 foot going this way. Each box is 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. It's 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot, so it's a square. So this is 12 square feet. Now, if you had it like this, it would be 12 of these, okay? There would be 12 square feet, and that would be your area. And remember, area is the inside of a shape. So if you have perimeter, perimeter would be this outside here. This would all be your perimeter on the edge. And then your area would be in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Does that make sense? Okay, this is 12 square feet. This next one, let's plug in our formula. The length is 9 inches and the width is 6 inches. A equals L times W. A equals 9 times 6. A equals 54 square inches. And that's how you figure it out. These are way easier than perimeter. It's pretty easy formula. A equals L times W. A equals length times the width. Let's go to page 287 and look at our book. So the area of a rectangle can be found by using the formula. A equals length times the width. Because, for example, if this, like this one before was this one, if this side, the length, well, this is, if the length here is 4 feet, you see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this side down here is 1, 2, 3 feet. So we used our formula, but we can also see, oh look, I can count it box by box, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or I could do one side, there's 4 on this side, 4 times 3 equals 12. So let's look at this. You can see on that rectangle, that beautiful pink rectangle, there are 12 and 7. So you could say 12 times 7 is 84. Now let's look at the area. Look, it's still on the top box. Inches times inches equals square inches. Feet times feet equals square feet. Yards times yards equals square yards. Meter times meters equals square meters. Miles times miles equals square miles. Now, section 1, find the areas of these rectangles using the formula A equals L times W. All right, so you should be able to figure out these really fast. For A, it should be A equals L times W. Now, I know you can solve these in your head, but I need you to write the formula down. This will just solidify this formula in your head. That's why they're using a little bit easier problems right now so that you do the steps. A equals L times W. Then skip a line. A equals 7 times 5. And then skip a line. A equals 35 square what? Square feet. You got it. Okay, B. A equals L times W. A equals 15 times 11. A equals, what's 15 times 11? Do you remember when we have something times 11? We take the first number of our 15. We take the first number, which is 1. And we take the last one, which is 5, and then we add them together for the middle, so it's 165. It's 165 square yards. Square yards. C, we have A equals L times W. A equals 13 times 12. A equals, you can actually do this one in your head too, because you know 12 times 12 is 144, and then just add one more 12. What's 144 plus 12? 156, yes. So A equals 156, what? Square meters, yes. D, A equal, write it down, A equals L times W. Next line, A equals 7 times 3. Next line, A equals 21 square feet. I'm sure some of you are just like flying through this going, this is so easy. All right, E. A equals L times W. Skip. A equals 9 times 5. A equals 45 square, what? Feet. Last one. A equals L times W. A equals 11 times 7. A equals 77 square feet. Okay, go to section 2. To find the blank of a rectangle, multiply the length times the width. What's that? Length times width? Area. Yes, area. A-R-E-A. When we multiply feet by feet, we get square feet. When we multiply inches by inches, we get square inches. When we multiply yards by yards, we get square bananas. No, we get square yards. When we multiply meters by meters, we get square meters. You got it. Now you're on the next page, and this says divide and check. Section 4 is subtract and check, and don't forget to keep your decimals in a straight line. Now, some of you might have forgotten how to check a subtraction problem. What you do to check a subtraction problem is you put the two lines underneath. So I'll tell you the answer. For 4A, the answer is 15.9 or 15 and 9/10. To check it, put the line under two lines under 15 and 9/10, and then add up 9 plus 6, and then put the answer at the bottom. It's 15. Carry the 1. Does that make sense? And you will get 43.5 if you did it correctly. Now let's look at section 5. 5A. The length of Skipper's doghouse is 5 feet, and the width is 4 feet. They said find the area. Well, we need our area formula. A equals